Oh, hello there. It always says, I have to tell you why I don't know if I sit here. Oh, God, see, I don't see myself until it starts, and then I see like my hair is all screwed up, and I can't tell when the show actually begins because the light whatever, who gives a goddamn. Hello. I can tell I'm in a mood. Hello. It's a Tuesday. That means Susan's here. Susan.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I mean, it's weird because I can't see the the video until I'm on, and then when I'm on, it's like looking in a mirror and you see, oh my God, this isn't right. My hair's sticking out. The shot isn't clear, and then it starts without it being fully up. It says you're live, but it looks dark, so I never know if I'm live or not. Anyway,
Well, you're live, Lynn. Now you know this. You have a delay.
is that what it is?
Yes, so you are live before it pops up because there's a delay.
Okay, that hurts my head. Never mind. I'm ahead of you.
No, you and I are talking in
Real
time,
time.
together, but it shows up a few seconds later on air. And so certainly you are talking and it is filming for a couple of seconds before it appears on air.
Or on, yeah, whatever that is.
Okay, so the delay, the reason you pop up and you can't tell is because you've already been on, but it's not.
Well, so Paul is saying when your video starts, you're already talking. So I'm talking too soon then.
No. What?
But if when the video starts for him, I'm talking, that means I've started too soon. No? Yes.
I think what he means is, well, yes, you could let it start and just be sitting there examining yourself, and then when it pops up, you could start talking.
Okay, no, he's saying I'm right. That's what he meant. So when it says you're live to me, I need to wait.
Okay, well, these are things that you need to concern yourself with.
Well, I can't
pick up a telephone and unmute myself.
Yeah, okay. I wonder how long I have to wait. Okay, so guys,
a couple of seconds.
So anyway, the first few things that I'm saying are always, nothing. It's always something like
it's just for groaning.
Right. It's always something like, oh my God, I didn't know it was on. Oh, my hair. Oh my God. Oh, this, so it doesn't really matter. So
You're
you just
missing anything.
Yeah. So you just pick up in mid whatever. So, oh God in heaven. Did you watch any of the President of the United States yesterday? Because he was on a lot.
No, I did not.
Well, that's why you're in better health than I.
I can't.
Yeah, well, I have to.
I mean, first of all, if I actually listen to what he's saying, I'm gonna have a panic attack and start, taking drugs and do terrible things. I cannot. And second of all, I simply cannot listen to
his voice. Yeah, I know.
And the way he has taken to talking, he didn't used to talk like this.
Oh yeah, he did.
No, if you look back when on his reality show days, he actually talked like just the way he spoke sounded like sort of a regular human being with a slight New York accent. He didn't talk like this. You know what I mean?
Okay, I have to tell you, for some reason, there was just this torrent of him speaking yesterday. Part of it was a news conference he held, and part of it was he spoke to a bunch of Republican governors or Republicans, a bunch of fucking assholes. Okay, and in that one he was okay. So I just pulled a few of can barely hear Susan. Uh-oh. Susan, did you have?
Uh-oh, I'm up as high as I can get.
Well, keep it right next to you. Don't do. Oh, and I need to keep there. Is that better? That should be better. I had the phone and who the hell knows? We're using tin cans and string. What do you want?
I'm way away in Wisconsin for crying.
Yeah, well, you need to yell. You remember those old things when the telephone first came out and they'd show some old person on it, and they'd be screaming into the just couldn't.
You mean like the guy next to you on the subway? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that too. Anyway, so
okay, no, I'll talk in my normal tone of voice, which is the one everybody is always telling me, why are you yelling?
Well, that's true. You do speak loudly. And I guess I do too. And I don't know why that is, but I actually had a friend tell me the other day, I was over at her house, as were some other people, and her dog, who's usually well behaved, kept barking and acting out of sorts. And she later told me, it took me a long time to figure out, but she said, I think because you, and then she mentioned another woman, were talking so loudly that I said, what do you mean I was talking so loudly?
The dog was interceding that you thought there was an argument going on.
Yeah. And I said, do you think I always talk to? She said, well, a lot of times, yeah, when there are people. And I said, does it bother you? And she said, sometimes. So you and I both need to
tone it down. I know. Well, I mean, mine comes from, I come by it honestly. I lived with deaf people for the last 20 years.
Well, a deaf husband. Yeah.
My husband was deaf and our mother was deaf.
That's true. But
but we both project. And I think that's part of it. It's not even the volume as much as the way we talk, and we project our voices.
And then what's weird is our brother, the third sibling, talks like this. Not only does he mumble, he talks really, really quietly, which I think is a very
aggressive thing to do.
I do. I think it's because it makes you have to like really lean in, and he can't stand how loud we are. And maybe he does the quiet I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to modulate my tone.
She just been yelling for the last 10 minutes. I'm trying to modulate.
And well,
I think we give it up. We've been talking like this forever, and I think it started at our dinner table before you went silent.
Well, that I thought that too. I thought maybe the fact the two girls in the family had to talk louder to be heard. But I'm not sure. As Susan said, I ended up just going silent. I didn't talk at all. So I don't know. Who the hell knows?
No, and I just started cracking jokes, and then I got people to listen to me that way.
Okay. Oh, dear. My son is texting me and I can't respond. And it's just, oh, God. You know what? We didn't used to have all of this stuff coming at us all the time. There's just too much. Okay, so before we get started,
I'm just going to say, doesn't he know you're busy?
You know, his timeline is so bizarre that I'm thinking he doesn't, I don't know.
Know what time it is, right?
You know, he gets up so early that he might, I don't know. I don't know if he even looks, or he could be thinking she's not going to, you know, I'm not bothering her. I'm just,
She should know enough not to pay attention.
right. It's just, I keep seeing it coming up. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So, I just want to share with you some of what, the president of the United States of America said yesterday. I've culled a few things. Okay.
Okay.
These are direct quotes. I'm not making anything up. Well, a reporter said to him, "You said the war is very complete, but your defense secretary just said that it's just getting started. So which is it?" And what was the president's response? You could say both.
Don't laugh, Susan.
Yeah,
This
well,
is like laughing when the baby throws food on the floor.
Okay, here's another thing. This one I think he said to the Republican crap heads, or not. I don't know. People died from the bombs, and they're walking around with no legs.
Okay, they're just, it's more Saturday Night Live skills where, where all you have to do is read the actual words.
No, that's right.
God, but except that there are real people that are dead, and there are real people that are lying around without legs.
Yes. Well, it's like, you know, we laugh.
Full of dead children.
We laugh because it's
because what else are you going to do?
Otherwise you cry. I mean, you laugh out of just
Well, I'd like to point out that if you think people weren't laughing in the concentration camps, they were.
Well, I know they were.
What else did you have to live for?
Okay, so also he said this up to the Republicans yesterday about the war. Don't call it a war. We took a little excursion. That's what he called it. Not a war, a little excursion. When you think of what excursion means, don't you? I always see like maybe you're on a little boat.
You're in a roadster and with the top down.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
A picnic basket and you're going on an excursion.
That's correct. But this is what he calls killing children and putting the world economy in turmoil and killing people and all that. We took a little excursion because we felt we had to do that to get rid of some evil. I think you'll see it's going to be a short-term excursion. Okay, I just have a few more, Susan. There's a million possibilities. This is the one that blew my mind. Again, to the Republican dipshits. This is about them torpedoing the Iranian boat and killing.
And refusing to pick up the drowning soldiers.
Right. Well, they weren't even, were they soldiers?
They were.
They were sailors. Yeah. Anyway, so I said, well, why didn't we just capture the ship? Why did we sink them? And he said, it's more fun to sink them. They like sinking better.
It's more fun to sink them.
And
then you get to watch the people drown. That's why they don't pick them up.
That's what he said. It's more fun to sink them. Excuse me while I belch. And the audience he was talking to laughed.
Of course they did. Just like those hockey players.
worse than the hockey players. So here, that's a war crime. It's a war crime.
No, let me correct you. That's another war crime.
Well, that's true. That's another war crime. I saw somewhere that Colin Powell's chief of staff, I can't remember the name, said somewhere that he feels that this government, our government, has committed more war crimes in a short time than he's ever seen before.
Well, it's just, I mean, when you, that quote just describes what they've been doing. They started just blowing little boats out and watching the people
They're
die.
still doing that, by the way.
They're still doing that.
That death
But,
toll is
they
well over
clearly,
100.
It's like a kid with a video game.
Yeah. Okay, few more. He was doing an interview with ABC News, Jonathan Karl, and he said this. I can't find it. He said this. I can't find it, but I remember it because it was so beyond belief. He said, how do you like the performance? Here it is. How do you like the performance? I hope you're impressed. Yeah, I got that inside out. I hope you're impressed, he said. How do you like the performance? I mean, Venezuela, that's obvious, but this might be even better. How do you like the performance? So here we see where this guy's head is. It's an excursion, and it's a
performance. It's reality TV.
And pleasure.
And pleasurable.
Well, but it's pleasure. It's entertainment. They like seeing them sink.
They like watching people die. They like torturing people. They like shooting little animals. They like these things. They talk about how it's leadership and how it's good. That to anybody that tries to say anything else, you just,
yeah,
believe it. You're watching it. They're flat out telling you, we like it this way.
So, right. And I got one more here. Okay. You think I'm done?
Sure.
I got one more.
Oh no, I know you're never done. Go.
No, but you can't believe this. I mean, because it's just a plethora of horror. So I think it was, I'm not sure when, but the government, it's at some level, intercepted some encrypted message sent from Iran to various places. And they say, this is reported by ABC, and they say they think that it was a message to their sleeper cells around the globe, in probably here and other countries, to get to work. And so a reporter said to Trump, speaking of that, do you think Americans should be worried now about attacks happening here? And Trump's answer was, I guess. And then he went on to say, but I think they're worried about that all the time. We think about it all the time. We plan for it. But yeah, we expect some things. Like I said, some people will die. When you go to war, some people will die.
Except it won't be me.
Right. Or mine.
Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. But should Americans be concerned? I guess.
I guess. Sure, go ahead. You know, and as they're speaking, there was in fact a terrorist ISIS-linked bombing going on in New York, attempted bombing going on in New York.
Right. It's unbelievable. Okay. I saw on someone posted on social media, and you have to admit this is true. In an ideal world, the guy who controls the nukes and the village idiot would be separate, two separate people.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to talk about that because I will have a panic attack.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm alone.
Well, I'm sorry, guys, that I keep. Can't somebody get me a bobby pin? It's hard because I'm looking at myself.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just a beautiful little stray white wisp hanging down. It looks almost planned. Just leave it be.
Okay, I'll try to keep my hands off it because I can't.
Besides, if you sit that way against the light, it disappears and the light. Stop spitting on yourself. Just do it.
Okay, so there's that. Oh, Richard wanted to have us play wartime trivia, and he gave us a question. In the last Gulf War, I don't have it in front of me. In the last Gulf War, there was a reporter known as the Scud Stud.
Oh, I remember him.
Well, he wants the name.
God. I can describe him. He had brown hair.
He wasn't good looking, so he wasn't much of a stud. I'm thinking.
I don't know. Do you know his name?
Well, I think it was a guy who he worked for CNN, and I think his name was Arnett.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it?
I bet you're right.
I can't think of the first name. And I think Richard says we're wrong.
Wrong.
Huh.
Well, I don't know. Tell us.
Well, who the hell is it? It's not.
Okay. I can Google with my finger. I'll ask Mr. Google.
Scud Stud. Well, who the hell was it? He worked for NBC. Milton saying Arturo Kent. Was he good looking? I never heard of him.
Arthur Kent.
Arthur Kent. Do you even remember?
Yeah, well, I remember what he looked like. He is that's what he looked like, and he is sort of a stud.
Huh. Well, so
he's the brother of Canada's former Minister in the Environment, Peter Kent, Canadian television journalist.
Well, there you go.
No, that's Arthur Kent. Yeah, the Scud Stud. Yeah.
Okay. So Susan and I flunked.
Went to Carleton. Cool.
Oh, really? Carleton's a little school in Minnesota.
In Minnesota, it's
a good school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it still exists, yeah.
He reported from a balcony in Baghdad. Tim wants me to celebrate the asymmetry of my hair. Well, that'll match the asymmetry of my face. You know, it's true. I don't know what, if you look at half your face, I have like two separate faces going on.
Well, everybody does.
Not everybody, because the people who are considered beautiful have symmetrical faces.
Oh, well, I got a big side and a little side.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite side?
I prefer the bigger side, where
what do you mean
side
by big?
where the eye is slightly larger
and
my lips are slightly fuller.
Yeah. Well, my eye, well, we don't want to talk about this.
It's the nice side and the mean side.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
My favorite moment of law school when I was told when picking a juror to never pick someone that had a mouth like the anal orifice of a chicken, and that really stuck with me. And that's the bad side of my mouth. It's in my old age. It's beginning to look like half of the anal orifice of a chicken.
Oh, stop. But speaking of anal orifices of chickens.
Yes.
There is another family member who dealt with anal orifices of chickens quite a bit. And that was our brother.
He wrote about them?
No, he cleaned them.
When he was on the kibbutz?
In 1964.
That would be
1964.
Yeah, on the kibbutz.
Our parents took us on a trip.
Now, let's be clear, because this is one of the traumatic moments of my life. This was my bat mitzvah present, that the whole family got to go on this trip.
Well, I don't know why they made it your bat mitzvah present, because
Well,
it was not, it was, Susan, it was done because that idiot psychiatrist, the only psychiatrist in Green Bay who I had been sent to, because I was so miserable and depressed and not speaking. And he told Mom and Dad that they should take me away, go on a trip. This is a brilliant shrink, he was. So, right, they dreamt up a trip. They said, that's your bat mitzvah present. This is to hopefully get my head straight. And Bill lasted as far as Israel when he announced he was not going on.
Which was 3 days into the trip.
He said, you guys keep going, I'm staying here. And he did. And he ended up on a agricultural kibbutz, and his job was cleaning the anuses of chickens.
And he hated us so much that he was willing to do it. And it turned into one of the transformative times of his life. I mean, it he really grew up on that kibbutz. And
he was a kid. We were all kids.
I know.
Didn't help me a bit.
Well, it didn't. It just pissed me off. I'm still pissed off. And now I find out I was nothing more than a beard for your mental health.
Yeah, and it didn't do a damn bit of good.
It didn't do a damn bit of good. Jeez.
Yeah.
Steve, isn't this better than talking about Trump? Wouldn't you all rather know about our childhood traumas? Turns out we are all okay.
Do you want to know what happened to me on our necks after Israel? We went to
Yeah.
We went
with your hair in a gorgeous beehive.
We went to Italy, and in Florence, I was in an elevator by myself with an elevator operator who stopped the elevator. Sort of, but Susan, you know this story, don't you?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay. Stop the elevator between floors, turned to me, and started peeling off his white gloves.
I do recall that you thought he was cute.
Oh, he was. Listen, I was such a disaster at that point in my life that and he
Italian
said,
elevator operator, yeah.
Well, I actually saw him later. He took me up to the roof of the hotel.
Of course.
Mario, I think. Oh,
well, it was only the boys in Green Bay that were afraid of you. The Italians.
No, they weren't.
You were right up their alley.
Oh, God. Okay, so enough of this. What a fucking mess. Oh, Susan, there's so much crap here I don't want to talk about.
Well, okay.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it.
Subject.
It's one horror after another.
Yes, ma'am. Get on with it.
Okay. I'm going to pull away from the more the more horrific side. I'm pulling away as long as I can here. And there was a story in the New York Times about colleges seeing this huge upswing in the number of their students who report having disabilities and thus having to be accommodated. In fact, the number of college students reporting disabilities has risen more than 50% over the last decade. Now, what's your sense of that off the top of your head?
That there are 50% more people reporting as having disabilities?
Yeah.
Well, I would suggest it because it's no longer something that you have to hide and be locked up in a room, but rather there are accommodations that are legally available to you, and you can make your request and demand them. That's what I would put it to. There aren't suddenly more disabled people.
Okay, well, here's what I think. It's just more privileged assholes gaming the system. That's what I think. Oh, I could have my tests taken. I could have more time to take my tests. I could be in a quiet room instead.
Oh, I don't think that there aren't people that game the system, but it's not that easy. They have to have an actual.
You have to have your parents
an IED, an individual educational plan.
Yeah,
IED.
yeah. But Susan, I think what we're doing is we are making life a disease. I mean, making.
Well, I'm not.
Listen. So you're anxious, right? So
no,
I mean,
right. No, okay. Let me interrupt just for 1 second because I want to make a point. I might have already forgotten it. Oh, I would like to talk about the fact, this proves your point, that how many women are being diagnosed as grown-ups with ADHD. They never, it was just not, all these boys had it. No girls ever had it. Just boys had it. And
Right.
I do think it's because girls have been culturally trained to accommodate themselves, not their
Well,
surroundings.
Listen, I'm the great
It is.
accommodator. Ask Mario. I know.
Exactly. I'm just saying that I found that a very interesting statistic, that suddenly, it was, somebody's calling me, and somebody who should know much better.
Probably my son.
It's just, anyway, so when I read that statistic that, like there's just this massive group of adult women who are finding out that, oh yeah, the reason that it was so hard for you to make yourself sit in that chair and do that work, I count myself among them, that there's a reason that you and Bill, your mind and Bill's mind were totally different than mine. And it's why Bill is a scholar and I'm not.
Well, I'm no scholar.
No, but you're better at certain things than I am. And I remember being very proud of myself when I went to law school and being able to actually sit there and read those, thousands of pages of legal opinions and actually concentrate and digest them. It was a mammoth response, thing for me to do.
But that didn't. But that didn't mean you had a disability.
Well, I don't know. I don't, and I will never bother to find out. I suspect.
Nah.
It doesn't really matter. I'm simply talking about the fact that when we see something that isn't working right in a little boy, off he goes to the doctor and he gets treated. In a little girl, the little girl either doesn't want to admit it and accommodates herself, or it's ignored.
Well, here's what I think. I don't think, first of all, the stigma associated with having a mental issue of any kind
or a learning disability
has been largely, done away with. And so, right, that might mean more people coming forward. However, knowing how the parents of privileged kids operate, I also am quite certain that there's a lot of gaming of the system.
Well, of course.
Because there's nothing they deny their kids.
There will always be those people that refuse to play fair.
And guess who the colleges that are seeing the highest increase?
The Ivies?
The fancy dancy schools.
Yeah, the Ivies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know.
Well, I would suggest that there are parents that handle things in very different ways, and that some parents will pull any string to get a kid that doesn't need it forward, and that kid has been hobbled for life. And there are others that might not even get their kid the help that they need, and the kid succeeds in spite of it.
That's all true.
And then there are the kids that get the help that they need, and they either do succeed or they don't. I mean, it all falls along the spectrum. But I would like to say to parents, and you and I have said this forever, that if you don't step back a little bit and let your child fall flat on their face every once in a while, your kid will not learn how to handle being in the real world. And these parents have figured this out. These are the same parents that show up in a job interview for their kid.
Beyond belief. I can't stand
that
these
really
parents.
happens.
I know it does. I know it happens. It's hard to believe. So there was also, speaking of this, there was also a piece about this book called Hunt, Gather, Parent.
Yeah.
And it's written by a woman who says the way to
This
raise.
one isn't about punctuation.
No. This is written by a woman who says, like, it's hunters and gatherers. If you want to learn how to parent children, go back to like more primitive cultures and look at what they do, because they essentially let their children observe them all the time. They don't tell their kids.
Well, that's how other animals learn.
Well, that's right. You just let them see, and you do not narrate constantly. And now we are, she says, we parents in this country do not shut up. And after a while, to a kid, she says it devalues your words. I mean, if you never shut up around your kid, it just becomes like that Charlie Brown. Yeah. After a while, they're not hearing, they don't listen. She says all you got to do is incorporate your child into daily life, helping, make dinner, helping do this, and you don't make a big to-do about it. You just do it, and don't narrate, and don't let them, they don't run things, but let them be. Let them go off. And I agree with that.
Well,
But today's parents just can't do it, because there's all those other books out there telling them this and telling them that. And this woman.
I've been watching my kids who paid attention to the books, and it turns out that they're just like everybody else, and they play by all the rules, in the beginning, and then they see what works and doesn't work. And by the end of it, they're sort of parenting the way you and I parented, because they see for themselves, that all of that stuff, it doesn't necessarily work with your kid. It's not necessarily the right thing to do. I've watched them go through so many, we're going to let them eat whatever they want, whatever order they want. And then that stops when all the kid eats is chocolate.
Yeah. So this woman says, listen to this. In every culture, what? In every culture, children are drawn to powerful tools. And she says, let your kids play, listen to this, with knives and fire. Oh. Well, this is how she says, in other cultures, there's a huge drive for the children to learn how to use powerful tools like knives and fire. And the first thing any parent does is teach a child how to be safe around these tools. And so you will see in these cultures little toddlers walking around with bows and arrows, and they're fine. They're fine. I don't know.
I remember my husband giving my son a jackknife, and he was sitting in our mother's living room. I remember. I was
TV. I was there.
How many times did he stab the couch today?
I don't know. He was just he was. I think he was watching television, sitting on the couch, and he had that knife in his hand, and he was just like
stabbing the couch.
Yeah.
Mindlessly.
Yeah. Because, well, live and learn. Okay.
So yeah, it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye. I'm sure that there's
well, that's the class. You lose an eye.
I totally agree with that. You take your kids in the kitchen with you. You don't have to give them the biggest knife there, but you can give them a little not so sharp knife and something to cut. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how a child learns, to feel that they have some agency and that you trust. I mean, we so infantilize them, and I don't know. I just can't.
It's also how you expand their palates. If they cooked it, they'll eat it.
Yeah, that's true too. Okay, so I think oh God. I'm looking around for what I got here, and it's like, how do I want to? Oh, here's another thing I saw that I thought was so right as I was wasting time scrolling around. Somebody wrote this, and we could all have written this, okay? So of course I can't find it. Here it is. Trump said that if I voted for Kamala Harris, we'd have high prices and a war with Iran. He was right. I voted for Kamala Harris, and now we have high prices and a war with Iran. Isn't that funny?
Mm-hmm.
You're not laughing.
Well, because I don't think anything's very funny.
Yeah. Okay. So I
don't think, he's managed to jerk everybody around in this country, to hurt everybody.
He's destroyed pretty much everything. He has. Let's give him credit. Credit where credit is due. Man, that guy.
They're trying to stop him from doing renovations on the Kennedy Center because they're damn sure that all he wants to do is tear it down. So there's not a
Kennedy Center.
There's not a Kennedy Center.
Well, next thing he'll do, he'll nuke the Lincoln Memorial. It's on us. I mean, it's such a humiliating thing. It is. You can't. You can't.
Well, and to me, the problem that I'm having is I know that we're all supposed to stop being mad at the Americans that are.
I can't.
In agreement with this, but
no,
I can't. I consider that a turning my back on my own moral code.
Yeah.
These people are standing up. That's like saying there are very nice people on both sides.
That's right.
And by the way, there are not.
Well, listen, they got to own it. They got to live with it. And I, like you, am not going to be forgiving. In as much as they see it and own it, I'll say, well, good for you. But now what you going to do? So it's not just a matter of owning it. It's about then trying to work to change others' minds. I don't know. They need to do more than own it. And most of them aren't. They're
doubling down. And the only way you can actually do that is if you just don't care that you are thrilled by cruelty, that you are honest to God a racist and an anti-Semite and an anti anything other than white supremacy and Christianity. You are a white nationalist. And the fact that there are Jews among that group, I really don't get.
Well, what it shows is, this just in for the anti-Semites, Jews are just people.
Yeah, and
They're
they can be as
people,
stupid as you.
and they can be fucking fools. Lots of them. They can be evil. They can be extraordinary.
Yeah.
They're just like everybody else. Jesus H.
He was speaking of a Jew.
Speaking of a Jew, who was speaking of a
Yeah.
Jew?
You were. You just said Jesus. Hey.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay.
I keep running across the headline of the Trump administration demanding the list of Jews at Penn. And, as a Jewish woman, that does not make me feel safe or empowered.
No.
And if I were a Jewish student at Penn, I would be saying to them, you may not give the government my name. That is protected information. I, for whatever reasons, don't want the government to know I'm here. It's none of their damn business.
This administration doesn't give two shits about Jews. They do. They are using
as a
they're using Jews. Yeah, they're using Jews, and there are a lot of fucking idiot Jews who don't get it. Okay, so
it's really making us a lot of friends.
Oh, heck. Don't get me started. The news is mind-blowing. The Jew hate is like one of these wildfires.
Oh, it's in vogue. It's in vogue, guys.
No, and it's going to grow. So that you have how many? 3 synagogues shot up in Toronto in the last few days. A synagogue bombed in Belgium. A Jewish kid attacked somewhere. I forget. It's just everywhere. It's just everywhere. And what's fascinating is where some of the most horrific Jew hate is in places where there aren't any Jews. It's just
well, that's because they've never seen one.
Well, when the world is unsettled, as God knows it is, it's always going to be a bad time for Jews because Jews are the go-to scapegoat. I'm so sick of it. Anyway, but actually someone sent me something. Let me just, as long as you brought this up. This comes from a guy named Yashar Ali. He's a Iranian. I mean, his family was from Iran. I think he grew up in Chicago. And he's a writer. And he had this thread that he put out about anti-Semitism. And he said, we know from decades of research that once someone adopts anti-Semitic worldview, it's almost impossible to break them of it. And he says it's an abyss, Jew hatred. When hatred of Jews becomes part of someone's identity and worldview, it shapes how they understand everything. And this is what you're seeing now. It's the Jews, whether it's political, moral, everything. And he says anti-Semitism operates differently from many other forms of hatred because it is conspiratorial in nature. Not really prejudicial, it's conspiratorial. When people are racist, they don't think there's some kind of a conspiracy of Black people. They just look down on Black people or decide Black people have certain traits. When people are anti-Jew, it is a conspiracy. And conspiracy theories are self-sealing. Evidence against the theory is interpreted as proof of the conspiracy itself. And people who adopt strong anti-Semitic views often move into social ecosystems that reinforce those beliefs. Now, with online stuff and political movements, and they see their Jew hate as morally justifiable because they're defending civilization, they're fighting corruption, they're exposing hidden evil, they're exposing pedophiles. And once hate becomes a moral duty, well, this guy goes on and on. It has always driven him crazy. And he's not a Jew.
Right. Well, he's seen it.
But no, I think any Jew...
And anti-Semitism is always going to thrive where there aren't any Jews because nobody knows them. It's just like it's easier to hate, gay people if you don't know that your brother is gay. It helps to know people.
Yeah, but it also doesn't help when some of the baddest people right now in the news...
Yes, I know. Are named Netanyahu and Kushner and stuff like that.
And Epstein.
Yeah. And Miller.
Oh, yeah, him. That's not a Jewish name, though. But
It's
yeah,
our name.
It's not a Jewish name. It's not like people know immediately it's a Jew. No, Jews who aren't afraid right now are out of their fucking minds. Out of their fucking minds. Yeah, Bibi Netanyahu is making more Jew haters per second than anybody in history. I can't imagine.
Well, he's managed to clearly divide American Jews.
Totally. Totally divide.
This has honestly been a take your side moment amongst a people that don't generally do that.
And when you're a small people, as we are, and we're divided, makes us weaker, not stronger, at a time when we need to be united.
Stronger.
And we cannot agree. I was always such a defender of Israel. How the hell am I supposed to defend Israel?
No, I feel the same way. That was, talk about how, people are just born anti-Semites. We were born Zionists. I mean, it was just part of what we believed, that was the proper thing. But having a very hard time now.
Well, I'm still a Zionist. I believe.
I'm still a Zionist.
What is a Zionist?
It's like telling, as an American, I'm not for Trump, and as a Zionist, I'm not for Netanyahu.
Yeah, but when a country goes rogue, as the United States of America has, and as Israel has, you don't support them.
You don't defend them.
don't know. And yet, I care about both those countries. I want to claw them back.
And I
by the scruff of their goddamn necks. It's like if you have a kid who's gone wrong. It's something you love. God damn it. But
that's part of the heartbreak of what's going on now. We're watching so many things that we loved and were proud of being broken and dragged through the mud, and the consequences are so awful. And every day there's just more of it. It's heartbreaking, is what it is.
Heartbreaking is what it is. I I can't even begin to articulate it. And again, Susan, the day before our dad's birthday.
Yeah.
I am so glad.
He's not here.
It would kill him.
Well, it was very painful for your mother, so I'm glad she's out of it.
Yes.
The last year of her life, she kept saying, "You mean
Israel?
they elected him again?
Yeah.
You mean?"
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Fucking Bibi Netanyahu.
Well, they're just all crooks, and
Well, they're not all crooks. Who's all crooks? You can't say that without being more definitive.
Well, Trump and Netanyahu.
Well, that's not all.
We don't
know who you're talking about.
Wanting to cover their asses and keep them out of jail. That is actually how come we're here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Both of them.
The pure self-interest of those two men and wanting to keep themselves out of jail.
Yeah.
Is why we're here.
But the fact is that what the narrative that is growing is that we, the United States, got into this mess because of the Jews. And you know how many people that adds to the conspiracy?
Oh, yeah.
Along with the Epstein files. It's a bad time to be a Jew. We could start, I'm going to start maybe every show listing 5 wondrous Jews. So people will remember that there's good Jews and bad Jews. Oh my God. I can't bear it. We're less than 1% of the world's population. How is it our fault?
We're certainly not wagging that tail. Wagging that dog, excuse me.
No, you wag the
No. It's still wagging the dog.
The tail wagging the dog. That's right. Okay, stop. I'm done. I'm thoroughly, totally fucking depressed.
We need to find you a little Italian young man in an elevator.
I'm not that same person anymore.
I know. You were so glamorous.
That's not what I meant. If some elevator operator stopped the elevator and started peeling his gloves off, looking at me,
You'd hit him with your cane.
I don't have a cane yet.
No, it's just a visual. She doesn't use a cane. Sorry.
Although I saw Gloria Steinem, a video of her the other day, and
she has one. Yeah.
Yeah, and she looked like she needed it. Of course, I probably need one too. But all right, guys, sorry about all this. Say something nice to some Jew you know today. They could use it. Just saying. All right, Sue, safe travels.
Yeah. Thank you. Talk soon.
Okay. Bye. Bye. And you guys, boy, I really did depress the holy hell out of myself. I'm sorry. I'm going to go get a fucking bobby pin and okay, you guys. I'm waving to you guys on chat. Thank you so much. And well, we'll do it again tomorrow. Maybe something funny will happen in the interim.